Hello my friends, Ahsoka here, and for this review, we are going to take a look at the Mafex Knightfall Batman. So yes, my friend, here he is in all his 90s glory, Jean-Paul, I think it's Jean-Paul Valley, as Batman. So yeah, if you're a fan of the 90s, you're a fan of Knightfall. You know, if you're a fan of 90s comic books, that is. This is a seminal Batman story from the 90s. This introduced Bane and Azrael and Azbats, as you see him here. So super stoked that Mafex is creating these figures based on these classic storylines. I got this figure off eBay. He goes for about 100 to 140 bucks. This is an overseas purchase. You can still find him on like Big Bad, Toy Store, and some other online retailers. So there you go. But yeah, without further ado, let's take him out of the packaging and take a look at him. Alright, so here's a look at Azbats outside of the packaging. He does come with a stand. It actually comes with another piece in case you just want to stand him like kind of straight up. This one is more for a flight, jumping pose, so that's cool that they gave us a few different options with the stand there. He comes with an alternate unmasked Jean-Paul Valley head. Really nicely done with this. Looks just like he does in the comic book, so really happy with the head there. Then he comes with multiple sets of hands or claws right there, so he has 3 extra sets. And again, I love how Mafex puts them on these plastic holders, that way they stay nicely in place so you don't lose them. So those are really nice. And then my favorite little accessory are these little batarangs that he comes with. These are the little mini ones that he shoots from his gauntlet, so they just attach to the end of the gauntlet here, or the top of the gauntlet there, so you can make like an effect that he's like shooting out these gauntlets. So that's really cool. I love that logo that is on them, so super cool there. Then he does also come with this grappling attachment, and I don't see where it plugs into with the naked eye. Probably onto the gauntlet somewhere. Oh yeah, it looks like right under the wrist. You can probably plug in the gauntlets, but I'll have to play with that some more. But it is bendable, so that's interesting. So yeah, interesting little gauntlet piece there. Alright, and then finally, here is the figure itself. So it's a good month if you are a Azbats fan, as I affectionately call him. You know, McFarlane just released their version of Azrael as Batman, and I love that figure, but one of my biggest complaints about it is that it had an unfinished look to it. And this is definitely not suffering from that problem. This is a beautifully designed, sculpted, and painted figure. So this is exactly what I was hoping for. I love the metallic paint that they used. I'm a big fan of metallic paints. They painted the gauntlets correctly. You can even see the red underneath them there. The yellows, the silver, the gray looks accurate. I mean, he was depicted a lot of different ways in the comic books, so I don't think there's a definitive Azrael, unfortunately, but I think this is as close as you're going to get to that. He looks different from, he's falling over, the DC Direct version, but this is definitely still, man, it's such a beautiful figure. This is definitely my favorite Azrael as Batman figure, just because, I mean, look, the detailing is superb. You have the wired cape. It's super pointy. I actually put a hole in my cape. You can't really see it because the gauntlets are kind of sharp. So yeah, I think that's probably my only concern with this figure, really, is that I feel like the spiky parts, man, I feel like they're going to break off if I drop this guy, so hopefully I don't. But look at that. Look at the poses I'm just making by filling around with it with this awesome wired cape. The articulation, if you don't have any Mafex figures, Mafex does a really fantastic job with articulation. You have an ab crunch, you have a lot of mobility with arms and legs. It's just a really highly articulated figure, as you can see. It's interesting, the belt's actually a piece you could take off, it looks like. It's attached to the back. You also have good range of motion with the neck, and of course you can pop off the head and put on the unmasked Jean-Paul Valley head as well. But yeah, I mean, this is a spectacular figure. This is, you know, a 90s kid's dream come true. It's just a really beautifully done figure. Hear my dog barking in the background. Hopefully you don't hear her, but there he is. Alright, so let's take a look at Azrael next to a few other figures. All right, my friends. So here is the new Azrael, or Azbats right there, next to some other ones. Before I get to that, here is what he looks like in the comic book. So this is like one of the very first appearances of Azrael as Batman. So as you can see, I think the DC Direct one has the coloring a little bit more accurate from what you see in the comic book. But you can even see right there, like his legs or his pants are gray actually, but like with a lot of black shadowing. So I think it actually is a gray suit. So I think DC Direct and Mafex definitely, you know, again, hit it out of the park as far as accuracy goes. And actually even Mattel, this is the Mattel Azrael as Batman. That's like his version 2 costume. It's pretty spectacular. It's pretty accurate to the source material. You can see the detailing on the gauntlets is awesome. Really well done figure. Over here to the very left, we have the brand new Azrael as Batman from McFarlane Toys. Now, sculpt-wise, man, this is just a beautiful figure. Love this figure so much. But again, it has such a unfinished quality to it, especially when you put it next to these other Azrael as Batmans. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it's very weird that they didn't like paint it more and, you know, kind of finish it, in my opinion. So that's the only disappointing thing about this Azrael. Other than that, this is a... There he goes. Knew that was going to happen. The McFarlane one is fantastic. The Mattel one, which I'm now holding, look at that. That is just such a superb Azrael and so accurate to the comic book, the gauntlet, the detailing. And this was like a $15 figure back in the day. So man, they went all out on this figure. But yeah, there's the McFarlane one. Again, the sculpt is perfection. It's just I wish they had painted it some more. That's the only thing. But yeah, so I got to give it to Mafex as far as the winner of the new Azraels of the year. So really stoked we have one from McFarlane Toys, but so no luck today with figures falling over. But I gotta say the Mafex one definitely is superior, and I just love this figure. Now this is definitely a pricier figure. It again retails, you know, 100 to 150 bucks depending on where you get it. And you know, people ask me all the time, is it worth it? It's hard to say. I mean, to me, Mafex has this premium quality feel to them. You can see the love and care that goes into these figures, the detailing, the sculpture, the sculpt, the paint, all of it is phenomenal. But, you know, compared to a McFarlane figure that's only like 20 bucks, in this case, Mafex is the clear winner because, again, this is, you know, has some issues to it. But most of the McFarlane figures are really awesome. And, you know, can I really tell you to go buy the Mafex figures? It's really up to you. You know what I mean? I love them. I'll be continuing to purchase them for figures like this. You know, this is definitely a more comic book accurate, you know, depiction of Azrael as Batman. So I'm really stoked to have him in my collection. But there you go. That's about it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, I will be posting more content, more pictures, more reels on my Instagram channel. So thanks for your support. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.